day, everybody. It's great to meet with you once again, and we're doing our round of interviews with WSI consultants. And today we are going to interview Daphne Anderson, and she's going to tell us a bit about her journey into the WSI network. But Daphne, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Francois. I'm really pleased to be here.
Well, great. It's a pity your husband Tom's not on board, but I'm sure you're going to be able to answer for him as we go along, because you both are in the business together. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you located, and just to get a feel of where you are.
Well, we live in Sugar Hill, Georgia, which is in the Atlanta metro region. So we are north of Atlanta, up near Lake Lanier. And so we live here. My husband, obviously, is my favorite colleague, and we've been enjoying our journey with WSI. We also have 2 daughters, and we have 2 standard poodles who are kind of like the WSI mascots right here in our office.
That's great. Every time I fly, I do quite a bit of flying and training around the world, and when I get to America, I have to go to Atlanta because that's our connection flight. So are you anywhere near Blue Mountain? Because that's where I spent 3 or 4 days once before. It was really nice out there.
In Blue Ridge?
I think it might be Blue Ridge Mountain or Blue Mountain. Yeah.
It's a very pretty area. The North Georgia mountains are beautiful.
Yeah, really nice. So tell me, what made you want to become a digital marketing consultant, and also, finding the WSI brand online? How did that happen?
Well, Tom and I had an opportunity to do something different with our life and our next sort of section of our next phase of our lives. And we decided that we would like to do a business. And we did a lot of research. We did lots of due diligence. And we found that WSI really fit both the skills that we had in the past, our previous experience. And once we started doing the due diligence, we realized that WSI also was a good fit for our core values. And so that really made it kind of sealed the deal for us. And we felt like this was a good opportunity for us to try something new and work for ourselves for a change.
Excellent. Now, it's always, did you make the move together? Was it, obviously you were both changing your careers at the same time.
Yep, we did.
Wow. At least, when I did it, it was through, I just had to, because I got pretty much thrown out of corporate, retrenched at one time or another. And then I decided I'm going to look for something to do. And at least my wife could look after me, but she joined us later. We would never, jump ship at the same time. It's quite a big move, I guess, moving from, you feel like, well, sometimes in South Africa, we feel like it's a safe thing to work for a corporate, but it's not really.
Yeah. Not so much anymore, I don't think.
No way. And how long have you been with WSI?
It's been more or less about 6 months
6
now.
months, right.
So we're in our early days, but it feels like we've been here a lot longer.
There's a lot of learning and a lot of stuff going on. The reason I ask you is because, once you've been around a while, you can sort of see some of the value that you can get out of, belonging. I like to, it's a network really of consultants, even though it's a franchise. Have you seen any value in it? I know you wouldn't want to say you didn't, having just bought into it, but what have you felt as a newbie, that you're getting that helps you?
I think the training is fabulous. The support from the home office is incredible. Now, Tom and I did our due diligence. We're very analytical people. And so we tend to take a while to decide. We took probably about a year to go through the process. The WSI part wasn't necessarily a whole year, but when we were looking for a type of business, and then we settled on WSI, that was still several months of due diligence. We talked to everybody we possibly could. And the value for us, we heard it from a lot of other people who had been here at all different levels of tenure. And so we felt like there would be a lot of help and a lot of support, and that the network would want us to succeed. And I will say we've been pleasantly surprised that it's even better than we thought it was going to be so far. Now, obviously, I realize it's, several months in, but I don't expect that to change. they continue to come up with new training options, new support options, even for people who are ahead of us. So I see the opportunity for me a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. There will still be some opportunity for me to enjoy training and support from everybody. So I don't look at that as something that's going to change.
There's a lot of training. I didn't realize how much was going to be ahead of me when I started this 18 years ago. And in those days, we were just a website development company. That's what the franchise was. I mean, Google wasn't even started, and Facebook wasn't around. And if you're still stuck in those days with web development, you can imagine where you'd be today. Nowhere. So that continuous learning has been, I think it's a good thing, because it just keeps you so motivated and interested. But if you...
Yeah, well, it keeps your brain sharp too.
Yeah, it does. It does. You know, especially with a team and we build, we say, you come here, it's a learning experience and you've got to grow into it and, you know, keep yourself updated. So,
yes.
Tell us a little bit about the type of business or jobs that you were in before. It sort of gives a feeling of like how you felt you could move from one, you know, to something like this.
Well, I personally have had a lot of different positions in a lot of different companies. You know, I've been everything from employee number 12 to employee number 12,352 or something like that. I've worked for a lot of small startups. I've worked for Fortune 500 corporations and everything in between. And I've done a lot of different roles in those companies, everything from technical. I was a programmer way back in the day. Right. And of course I wouldn't want to do that today because it's a completely different animal now. I've done marketing, I've done strategic planning, I've been responsible for global initiatives, you know, with different regions. So I felt comfortable jumping into something new just because I've done that a lot in my career. Mm-hmm. My husband, Tom, is similar. You know, he's had a lot of different varied experience as well. So I think we weren't afraid of trying something new. And the fact that we had, you know, a good amount of experience behind us and the ability to learn. You know, we both have done continuing education here and there. And so, you know, we were comfortable with the idea that we could learn.
Yeah, my wife and I, we have a similar background, coming out of an IT background, and then I had sales and marketing, and she was a really good programmer as well. So when you have all of those skills, you know, within your makeup, it actually makes this, you know, this portion a lot easier, because you can understand the whole lot, right? Because you can do the marketing and you realize the technical stuff that goes behind it. So I think it's really good.
Yeah. I think it's good, and I think it can also, you also have to realize though that there will be more to learn. Yeah. You know, you can't come into it and think, oh, I've done all this before, I know it all, because there's always going to be something new, there's always going to be something different. So I think you have to be prepared for that training, and as you mentioned, it's ongoing.
So while you were taking this time, you know, to look at starting your own business, were you influenced by anybody in any way? You know, because like with me, I was sort of motivated on my own, and then of course I had to ask people, you know, about, you know, the business, because if you come from a corporate environment, sometimes it's quite a jump, you know, because you don't have that support infrastructure with you that you're so used to. But any influences that you had on your way to your journey?
Well, I would say over the years, both Tom and I have been told that we should have our own business. Individually, you know, I've been told it, he's been told it, and we've also been told it as a couple. You know, people have told us, family, friends, colleagues have all said, yeah, you guys ought to start your own business. So here we are. We finally did it.
That's good. I tell you what, as a couple, if you can work well together, this is amazing, because you can, you know, I always say we can design your own life. You know, there's always something that we want to do together, and you can, you know, travel and still, you know, run your business together, which is great. It's a good advantage.
That's true. And Tom and I have worked together a couple of times in the past, you know, for companies, not just the two of us. Yeah. So this is definitely a different level of working together. It's not for the faint of heart, but we've been together long enough that I don't think there'll be any major problems.
Yeah, that's good. It's excellent. So you're still early on in your 6 months. So how does your typical, week look like? Because there must be quite a bit of lead gen or networking activity that would be going on.
Yeah, we don't really have a typical schedule yet. We're still trying to get there.
Hmm.
We do a lot of lead generation. We're still in the lawn sign phase. So we're doing still a little bit of that, and the networking, business groups, trying to get the word out that we're here,
Right.
because it is obviously early days.
Hmm.
So we're doing a lot of that. We're also, so there's the lead generation part. Then there's also the client management. We're onboarding clients, so we do have several clients that we're working with right now. So there's all the project management that goes along with that. And obviously, not just the lead generation, but talking to the prospects and educating people about the opportunities that there are for digital marketing to improve their business. So we're doing a lot of that. So it's really lots of variety every week,
Right.
I would say. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And then of course there's all the back office pieces of running a business,
Right.
accounting, billing, and all of those things as well. But it's been good, and we're still working out who does what and when. That's still a bit of a challenge.
I found that as well. We're working with Mariana. We actually covered some of the same things as well, and then eventually it was no, okay, I'm going to do the sales, and she's going to do this piece, and you each know what you're responsible for, going forward. So yeah, this is a shake-up. I was doing another interview last week as well, and both husband and wife were doing lead gen at the same time, but that's their strong point. And so that'll create them project management headaches later if it comes in too fast. But it's good to work with each other.
Yeah, we've struggled with that as well, because we're both doing everything.
Yeah.
Because we felt like in the beginning that was a smart way to do it, until we figured out who should do what. And since we're both capable of doing everything, we thought we would try that and see how it goes. So we haven't split up yet. We're still doing all of the same stuff. We just follow our clients from beginning, through. So we each handle our own people at the moment. But yeah, at some point we'll have to merge all of that together.
Right. Well, at least if you both have the background, I mean, you always can stand in for each other, and you know how the whole business goes. I think that's really cool. So, I've been around for a while, and I realized, after like 3 or 4 years, there were some obstacles that I was running into and trying to, get through it. And it was pretty much, I think, keeping the sales coming and, the recurring revenue because that's what this business runs on, right? It's just clients having contracts with you. That was for me, and now I'm 18 years down the road. I've got my obstacles and headaches now is building the team. We're growing so quick, especially with this whole pandemic as well. It's been a bit of a change for us. We've grown our team from like 15 to double that size in a year. So I'm always hiring people more than anything else, and that's my headaches. But sort of what challenges have you found, in this first 6 months of your business?
I would say the first biggest challenge we had